with Tom, commiserations, leaving here empty-handed. I mean, it must feel like a little bit of an injustice in a way.
Yeah, massively. I felt second half there was only one team in it. I thought we dominated large parts of the game, but second half was one-way traffic and yeah, very big injustice. But like I said, that's football. You know, we make one mistake in the first half, then we lose our man. Guy scores from a very acute angle. But I think after that, we was only the really team pushing it to try and get back in the game. So a lot of positives to take, especially from the second half. And we put in performances like that majority of the season. I'm sure we'll pick up wins.
Is that the kind of way you have to take it as a play? You know, either opening day or late in the season or wherever. You know, you can almost take the result out of it and actually be quite objective, if you like, about the performance.
Yeah, I think performance is key. I think first game of the season, you know, you'll see a lot of teams today, who will be losing, and you'll be thinking. But I think it's never really a time to panic. I think you panic when your performances aren't where you want them to be. But like I said, I felt second half we were excellent. Like I said, deserved to get a draw, if not win the game. So there's plenty of positives to take.
And obviously, you know, you're kind of rebuilding the squad too. You know, a lot of players who've been here for a little while, but then we've got new guys, especially in midfield, Tyrese and Jeff Hendrick. And then, you know, these players are, you know, all learning about what it's about and, you know, putting in good performances too. Yeah,
definitely. You know, I think you have to look at where we are as a club, where we are as a team. You see the bench today, and you know, no disrespect to the young lads, but there's you know, majority of, apart from Longy and Dino, you know, there's not one of them who's probably played more than 10 games at this level, if not maybe less. So that's no disrespect to them, but that's just where we are as a team. In a minute, we've lost some key players over the last few weeks. Obviously, in Lucas, Hutch, obviously Scott Dan. Hopefully, he's come back in a few weeks. So it's difficult, you know, when you've got an 11 that try and put in a shift for 90 minutes and try and push this team forward. But like I said, it's the start of the season. You know, we've got a week now to work on the things we need to work on. Hopefully get one or two more over the line, and hopefully have the injuries back, and then we'll start looking a bit more healthy.
Obviously playing against a team like Blackpool too. You know, throughout their squad, they've got some really good championship experience and stuff, and to kind of, as you say, pin them back in their own half for such a long portions of the game. You know, you want to obviously score the goal, but you know, it kind of shows where the balance in the game was.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, second half was played in their half throughout 45 to 90 minutes. But you're right. You know, you look at Blackpool; they've been together for a long time with one or two added players, but we lost 4, 5, 6 key players in the summer, and we've had to replace them. Listen, it's hard to replace them when you can't go and spend the money, but at the same time, you know, we've done good business. We've brought in some young legs, and hopefully we can get one or two over the line, which will then start to bulk up our squad more. I think that's important because you always need people pushing for places. You always need competition, and like I said, I think in the next couple of weeks we'll start to see a really strong, healthy squad.
And obviously, on the game, you know, the manager talks about that need to be ruthless. You can sort of see so much good stuff happening, but probably either the final pass or not making a little bit of a decision around shots and things. Hopefully that's stuff that will come, won't it?
Yeah.
They'll kind of, everyone's going to get on the same wavelength, and hopefully start seeing a bit of a trajectory.
Yeah, 100%. I think, you know, you look at sort of it's a tale of both boxes really. You make one mistake in the first half, they score, and then majority of this game we're flashing balls across the box and we're not quite getting there, or half chances aren't quite falling. Sometimes that can be a little bit of first day rust, you know, after pre-season. But like I said, you know, hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have Longy who's fully fit. You know, great to see him coming, obviously be back at Reading, but obviously not trained a lot. So like I said, when we get Longy back fit, hopefully Lucas, you know, he's a goal scorer. You know, people like that you miss all the time. But like I said, we'll start having more options, and I think when you get more options, you get more attacking players on the pitch and more out-and-out strikers. Then we'll start seeing in the final third, hopefully more goals.
So the performance itself today, you know, good on the whole, but it seems like this is a season where we're going to have to kind of grow into it, really, aren't we? For the reasons you mentioned, we've obviously been hamstrung in lots of ways with recruitment, and we've had a bit of injuries on the first day. So, as you said, you know, it could be that season where, as the weeks go by, you know, start ticking really well.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's important. You know, you look at, like I've already mentioned, you know, you look at the squad today. You know, there's a lot of key players missing, and I think as weeks go on and more training gets in, and you start to get that game feeling back, that game readiness. Hopefully we'll start climbing the table. Listen, it's the first game, and I think if I was stood here and we didn't play well, then you'd be thinking, right, okay. But the fact that the second half we dominated the game, deserved a lot more than we got. You know, there's plenty of positives to take, and all we can do now is take them positive into this week in training. And it's great to be back at home next week against Cardiff and hopefully put it right.
And that's the point. Yeah, we've got a full week now. It's a long time in football, you know, we're obviously hoping to do more business and to get players back on the training field and just working together and really attack that Cardiff match, really.
Yeah, and that's the plan, and that's all we can do. You know, I think you have to recover now and we get ready to come back in on Monday. But like I said, in the next week or two, you know, we'll start having some bodies back, start getting experience and some good players back in the team, back in the squad. And when you're missing them type of players and you get them back, it brings everyone a lift, from the fans to your teammates. You start looking around the dressing room, you see the quality, and players are back. So, like I said, there's no panic. We take the performance today and we move on to next week.